Hello, hello, Fit Pros. How you doing? Looks like we are starting to go live, but maybe not there yet. Let me give you another second. Okay, looks like we are here. Hello, Fit Pros. How you doing? I'm home, as you can see. Look, I'm in my regular space, and it feels so good. I drove 14 hours. 14 hours by myself yesterday. Can you see this? Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. I see you guys. You're coming in. Check in with me. Tell me hello. Tell me welcome home. Thanks. Thanks for being here. I'm so excited about this talk today. I tried to give this talk on Tuesday, and if you were here, you know I had a lot of technical issues. So today we are going to get in and get down and dirty on exactly what you need to know before going live with online workouts. So, you guys, give me some hearts and fire. Let me know you're excited about this. Give me a hello in the comments. I need some engagement. I need to know that you're here and that you are as excited as I am about this talk today. We have a lot of information to cover and I'm really excited to give it to you. So give me some hearts and fire. I don't see any coming yet. And I am going to need that before we start doing this, y'all. Let's do it. And let me just check the feed and make sure everything is good here. So, you guys, today we're talking about the 4 things that you need to know and have in place and do and be and um, implement before you can get online and start teaching online workouts. And this is going to be super useful. And stay till the end because I'm going to tell you exactly how you can get all of the content from the challenge that we've done in May and in June during July, even though we're not doing the challenge in July. So, you guys, there are people here. I see you. I can see that you're here. Tell me hello. Please give me a heart and a fire. Tell me hello. When you guys check in with me and say hey at the beginning of these sessions, and when you throw up the likes and the hearts and the fire, it lets Facebook know that I'm talking about something good and interesting and exciting and something that you guys are interested in hearing about. And then Facebook will tell more people in the group, hey, Kelly is live and you need to go see this. So please give me the hearts and fire and let me know that you're here. Just in the comments, just type in, hey, Kelly, I'm here, I'm watching, I'm excited to hear what you've got to say. I've got questions, I've got this question, I've got that question. And so before we get started, I want you to stay all the way to the end because I'm going to tell you about how you can get all of those videos from the challenge. But before we get started, I want you to answer a question. I jotted it down here. Let me look at it. So, my question is, what is the biggest piece that is keeping you from teaching online or from charging? A lot of us are teaching online. A lot of us started teaching online right away when all these quarantines and COVID started happening, but you're not charging. So, if you're not charging, tell me why you're not charging. I want to hear exactly what's holding you back. Is it the technology? Is it the fear of asking for the money? Is it not knowing how to write up and put an offer out there so in a way that feels authentic? What is it that's keeping you from charging for your online workouts? So, I want to know what is keeping you from charging for your online workouts, or if you haven't gone online yet, what is keeping you from going online? And let me know too if you're not interested in going online, if that's just feeling like it's not you, tell me that. I want to hear about it. I really pride myself on knowing what's going on in this group, knowing you guys, knowing exactly how you're feeling and where your heart is on this stuff. And so it's important to me to hear from you. So tell me in the comments, let me know exactly what it is that might be keeping you from charging for your classes. And if you are charging for your classes, then if you are teaching online, then let me know why you're not charging. If you're not okay, you know what I'm saying. Give me some comments. All right. And so, what I want to go over is kind of what we do in the challenge, because all of the things that I'm going to go over today are the things that we blast through in the Go Virtual and Get Paid Challenge, right? We did the Go Virtual and Get Paid Challenge in May and in June, and a ton of people were able to either teach their first session online or they were able to charge for the first time. So it was huge. People made huge progress. It was amazing. A lot of those people are now lifelong friends. They're working with each other, they're encouraging each other. Really incredible group. I was so proud of both of those groups. So in the challenge, it's two parts because there are two different things that are going on. Some people are teaching, right? And some people are not teaching at all, and they're waiting for the gym to open up. We know with the way things have gone in the last few months that waiting to for the gym to open up is just kind of a losing bet. It's really not reliable. It's not going to be reliable. We don't know when the gyms are going to open up. We don't know what it's going to look like when they are. And some of us went back and then got called back and said, nope, we're not doing it. And that stinks. That stinks to wait all this time for the gym to open and then it, to close again right away, or to dial back on the course schedule or the classes schedule. That stinks. And also, I think a lot of us, I know me personally and a lot of others, we found that going back to the gym just isn't the same experience. It's not as fun as we thought it was going to be. It this the number of participants is really limited, and the cleaning schedule really kind of sucks, and it's just a lot about it that isn't great. So so that's that. That's where we're at right now. And we don't want to wait anymore for the gyms to open up. We want to take it into our own hands. So, in the challenge, if you're not teaching online, you're going to teach your first class online, or you're going to teach your first personal training session online. If you are already teaching, what I'm finding is that a lot of people were doing it for free. There used to being gym employees, and they don't have any idea how they would go out there and ask for money. And so we learn a very simple method of putting that offer out there. It's not selling, it's just putting the offer out there and taking money from the people who want to pay us, right? A lot of you guys have been offered money and said no. And we need to respect our profession more than that. And we need to get paid when we teach. When we lead a workout, when we practice our trade, we need to get paid for it. So that's what the challenge is, right? And so in the challenge, we go over these major overarching points. And when you are through with the challenge, there are things that I want you to know. And that's what we're going to go over today, is exactly what do you need to know in order to teach and get paid. All right, so I don't see any comments yet. I need you guys to give me some comments on exactly what is holding you back right now. Let me know. I want to hear all about it. All right, so the first thing that let me tell you this too. What we do, the way that I teach this is the KISS method, right? The keep it simple, stupid method. I am a thorough believer in keeping everything about business as simple as possible. A lot of times we tend to overthink it, and we go too far in the direction of getting real complicated, thinking really, really big and long term, and then thinking we have to build out for that big and long term, when in fact, my experience, knowing what I know from bootstrapping a business over the last year and from working with a ton of other small business owners, what I know for sure is that you can have an overarching long-term plan. You can have really, really big plans, but you still want to start simple. In software, they call this MVP. So if I come from a web development background, And in software, they call this developing an MVP, a minimally viable product, right? And so what that is, it means that you figure out exactly what you want your software to do. You figure out what you want your product to do. And then you create a product that does just that without the bells and whistles, without all of the functionality that people will come to you and say, it would be great if it did this. What if it whooshed and banged and whistled? And what if it took the user here if they did this? And so you'll get this thing, we call it scope creep. You get scope creep as you start developing. And we, as budding entrepreneurs, as fitness instructors and personal trainers who want to deliver a product really well, we get scope creep as well. We start to think, well, I know that I am going to go online and I'm going to start teaching yoga class and I'm going to market it to my past yoga participants. But what if also I offered this and that? What if I did meditation 3 times a week? And would I be able to pull more people in if I also marketed the town over? And shouldn't I be able to pull in like anybody who has ever loved yoga in their life? And so we make it bigger than it has to be. And then what happens is we end up like not doing anything because it becomes overwhelming, because we can't afford the ultimate huge vision that we want for our budding business, and we can't afford to develop everything that would be involved in that. And so then we don't move forward at all. And so I really, really encourage people to look at their MVP. What's the minimally viable product? What do I absolutely have to do in order to start leading workouts online and taking payment for them? That is how we approach it in the Go Virtual and Get Paid Challenge. We've developed the MVP. And so the first piece of that MVP is the technology piece, right? Like, what technology needs to be in place in order to start leading workouts online? I recommend Facebook Live. I recommend using a private group in Facebook Live, and then you manage the members of that private group based on who has paid you, right? So we use a private group in Facebook Live and we deliver our workout sessions there. Now, there can be some technology issues with Facebook Live. You've seen me struggle through technology issues, even in the Fit Pro show. And so the thing about the time that we're in right now is that there are technology issues across the board because the networks that we are on from home are way overloaded. They're so full. There are just way more people on doing way more video than these were ever meant to hold. And so because of that, we all are struggling through some technology issues, and it doesn't matter which platform you're on. The thing I like about Facebook Live and Facebook private groups is that people are already there and they know exactly how to use it. Even if you think that Facebook is dead or that Facebook is dying, y'all, people either have used it in the past or they're using it now and they know how to use it. And so that's what I love about Facebook Live, right? So that's what I recommend. That's what I recommend for the technology for delivering the workouts. And then we talk also about the payment method, because that's the other thing that you need to put in place. You have to have a way for people to come in and pay you, right? And so I recommend using PayPal subscriptions, and I walk through the whole thing, how to sign up for a business level account, how to get to PayPal subscriptions, how to set up your product, and then how to set up your subscription. And the reason I recommend that is because we are looking to create a monthly recurring revenue stream. We're not looking to just get one-off payments. We don't want people to come in, pay us for 1 month and then leave, or even worse, to pay us for one session and then leave, because then you're constantly looking for new clients and you're constantly wondering, am I going to fill my class next week? We want monthly recurring revenue, and so we use PayPal subscriptions in order to bring people in, and we serve on them, we love on them in our Facebook group, and each month PayPal subscriptions will automatically draw that money and give it to you. And you don't have to go back and ask them for the money, and they don't have to go back and make the buying decision again every month. They know they're subscribed and that you are part of their monthly services, which is what you should be because you are an essential service. Okay, so that is the technology. We use Facebook Live in a private group. We use PayPal subscriptions. We also talk about member space because member space is a great way to attach a little widget into a website if you've already got a website, and then that widget can manage your members and it can take that monthly subscription. So it will do the same thing, but there's a fee to member space. So PayPal subscriptions is actually no fee except for the credit card processing. So those are the technologies that are involved. The only other technology that we talk about and that you really need in order to develop your MVP would be Google Sheets or another spreadsheet software, because you want to have a list somewhere of who your members are, who your members have been in the past, and then you want to be able to compare that to who you're letting into your Facebook private group so that you can kick out the people who are not paying you and let the people in who have paid you. And you just want to make sure that you're able to keep those things straight and compare them easily. So Facebook Live and PayPal subscriptions or member space, and then Google Sheets or another spreadsheet software. That's it for the technology. Now, the other thing that we talk a lot about, the other thing that you need to know in order to start teaching and leading online workouts. Dun, 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 dun. Are you excited to hear this? We need to talk about equipment. So here's the thing about equipment. Right now, equipment is really hard to get. It's hard to get because of COVID, because everybody's going online and everybody's trying to do whatever they were doing before online. And so equipment is surge priced. It's more expensive than it should be. I know for my webcam, it's normally about $200. I think it is now $300 even when you get it on Amazon. So microphones, webcams, lighting, it's all more expensive than it really needs to be right now. So we talk a lot about using the onboard equipment, the camera and the microphone that are already in your phone or on your laptop, and we talk about optimizing the environment in order to make those things work as well as possible. The other piece about that is, as you're starting this business venture of doing workouts online for pay, you want the business to pay for the equipment. I don't want you going out and putting new equipment on a credit card. I don't want you going out and, like taking a home equity loan or borrowing from your retirement or whatever you might do in order to get a couple $1,000s worth of equipment. It's not necessary. Right now, people want to work out with you, especially if they've worked out with you in the past in the gym, and they are willing to forgive that production value, that, like super crisp, clear picture that would come from a nice webcam. They're willing to forgive those sorts of things in order to have that experience with you. And so it's a little bit of a trade out, but the experience that they're looking for is an authentic one. And that's what you can deliver, right? That you can deliver that even with your phone. I surveyed the group recently, And most of you guys are delivering your online workouts via the phone, via just the the camera and the microphone on the phone. So I want you to not get hung up on equipment. Now, in the challenge, we do have a worksheet where it lists all the equipment that I recommend and it has links to it. So if there's a specific piece that you're really feeling that you need, then you can get it. But I just recommend starting with what you've got and then working up from there as you make enough money through teaching, leading online workouts to pay for the equipment. Once you've made enough to pay for a webcam, go buy a webcam. Once you've made enough to pay for the lights, then go buy the lights if that's your priority. So that's what I recommend for equipment. Start with what you've got, right? That's what you need to know. That is what you need to know in order to start leading online workouts. Start with what you've got. Unless you have a phone that, does anybody still have a flip phone? Anybody still got a Razor? If you still got a Razor, I don't think you could teach an online workout with it. That'd be a good one. All right, so number 3. So number 1 was the technology. We talked about the exact technology that you need in order to create a minimally viable online workout product. And then number 2, we talked about the equipment, right? Number 3 is the setting. So I said, as far as equipment goes, start with what you've got and then work up from there. And what we do is we look at the setting and the environment that you're going to shoot your online workouts from, and we make sure that we optimize that in order to kind of make up for the fact that we might be using a little bit less high quality or subpar equipment, or the fact that, you know, the phone camera isn't the best, the phone microphone may not be the best. We make up for that by making sure that the setting is very clean, that it is well lit. You want to be facing natural light if at all possible. That's how you get that good light on your face. As I'm speaking to you guys, right behind my computer is a window and it's all natural light coming in on my face. So facing natural light, having a setting behind you that's very, very clean. Get rid of everything you can get rid of, and then maybe like add like a plant or something in there. In the challenge, I even recommend a paint color for your walls. It's called City Loft from Sherwin-Williams. It's a very good neutral kind of gray, and it'll change between gray and even a warmer color based on the light that's coming in. So it's a great neutral, and it looks good on video. So just very clean and neat behind you, and be very, very mindful of what's behind you. I like to also say with the setting for your videos that you want to avoid real personal type things in the video. And I don't mean by that you should avoid like my college degree is right there. And I don't necessarily mean things like that. I'm more talking about beds. I am uncomfortable seeing someone's bed in a video online. And that could just be me. Tell me in the comments how you guys feel about that. But that makes me uncomfortable. It feels like it's too personal and too much. So I want you to avoid having your bed in the background. And if at all possible, avoid having your couch in the background too. That's not always possible, and I've definitely seen some videos where the couch is back there and it looks just fine. But here's the key. If your couch is back there, make sure you've straightened up the pillows, make sure you've maybe vacuumed the couch. If you've got end tables on either side, clean them up. They should only have a lamp on them, no remote controls, no old Kleenex, no glasses. So clean up any kind of side table or anything that might be in view in your setting. But that setting is huge. That really tells your participants that you're taking this seriously, that you're a professional, They're getting a peek into your inside world, and you want that inside world to look like you take this seriously, right? You want that peek into your inside world to feel like you are really respecting them by having cleaned it up and made it super neat and tight. So when we do the challenge, I take actually more than a day to let everybody send in pictures of their setting, and then I'll give them a little critique like, hey, maybe move this or think about this, or can we adjust the wall color? I'm not really going to ask you to paint walls in your house unless it's something crazy, or unless I just really think it could make a huge improvement. But we'll get in there and we critique it, and it's like the funnest thing we do in the challenge. Like, people get a lot out of that. If you ever need me to look at your setting for your videos, just send it my way. You can put it in the comments of this video, or you can DM it to me. I'd be happy to take a look and give you any suggestions that I've got for the settings for your videos. So that is another piece, you guys. The video setting has got to be neat. And if you go out and you start looking around at other fit pros who are teaching online, you'll really start to notice like the environment that they're in and how it makes you feel. Like, how fast are you wanting to switch the video off could have something to do with whether or not the setting is making you uncomfortable. I find myself looking at the shelves behind them and all the tchotchkes and like figuring out things about their life because of what's on the shelf. So it's really important. It's really important that you pay a lot of attention to what's going to be behind you in these videos. All right, so that was number 3. Number 1 was technology. Number 2 was equipment. Technology and equipment are 2 different things. Technology is the software. Equipment is the hardware, the microphone, the webcam, the lights. And then number 3 is the setting and the environment. Let me say one more thing about setting and environment. In the challenge, we talk a lot about wardrobe, and I'll give you a few basic tips on wardrobe. You want to wear something solid color. So you want to stay away from prints, because prints are not going to do well on camera, and they are especially not going to do well when you're moving around on camera. So stay away from prints. I learned this early on, but I really learned it in practice the other day. So they say women over 40 should not wear all black on top, because it creates an unflattering shadow right under here. And I was teaching actually to my virtual studio business accelerator group, and I was sitting in a park because I was at my parents' cabin in Michigan earlier in the week. And so I had gone to a public park, and I was sitting there and I was teaching, and I kept on looking at my chin, and it just looked like, I don't know, bloated, and it was just this really unflattering shadow. And I had this black shirt on over my yoga top, and I was like, you guys, hang on. I whipped that shirt off and just wore my yoga top because it was driving me crazy. There really is something about a black shirt that creates this up shadow that's not great. So I still wear a black tank top to teach, but it's a scoop neck. And so I still do that on camera, and that seems to work out okay, but a high neck black shirt doesn't really work. I also find that for teaching that a fun color or pattern pants is a good thing, because they can see better what your legs are doing, right? So solid on top, maybe a pattern on the bottom, or maybe a color on the bottom. All right, so that's what I will tell you about wardrobe. I know there are some videos in the feed, in the Fit Pro Show feed, that do talk about hair and makeup, and so we won't go too much into those. I'll use one word about makeup, and that is setting spray. If you're going to do any kind of foundation, 1 squirt of setting spray helps so much. It's crazy. I never knew about setting spray until a few weeks ago. All right, so then the last one that I want to go over with you is the legal and liabilities piece, right? Um, so if you are teaching online workouts and you are teaching them for money, then you want to have insurance in place. We do have an insurance partner that has made a specific policy for this group. I'm going to type that address into the comments, and I'm not telling you this is the one that you have to get. What I will tell you is that this one does cover you for in person as well as online workouts. So that's the link to that. You want to have insurance in place. That one is $169 a year. So for the whole year, and it'll cover you in both places. Liabilities, there are a few great waivers and forms out there. You do want to ask your participants to sign a waiver before they start doing online workouts with you. And that just covers you in case somebody did hurt themselves at home and, you know, got a little wily with you. So that just helps to cover you in that instance, right? So legal and liabilities, we talk a lot more. We spend an entire day talking about that in the challenge, but those are the basics. You want to have insurance in place, and you do want to have a waiver in place. Let me also post a link to the waiver that we found that is really great. Give me just 1 second, y'all. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so we use Jotform a lot of times because the free tier is really massive. You can get a lot with the free tier. And in Jotform, we found that there is this gym questionnaire form template. And in that template, there are all kinds of forms within it. So there's a client information form, there's a health questionnaire, there's a cancellation policy, billing policy, all kinds of forms within that template that I just put in the comments there, and that can cover you for the waiver. So you take it, you use it as a template, and you make it your own. You create a Jotforms account and then you make it your own, right? So that's that. And that's the last point that I wanted to make about online teaching. So technology, equipment, environment, and then the legal and liabilities piece. Of course, we spend an entire day on each of these things in the challenge. And so what I want you to know is that during July, we're not running the challenge live. I'm not going to run a week-long challenge and come in and teach every single day like I do when we do the challenge during July. But a lot of you are still asking for it. And so what I've done is I've created a Facebook group that will hold all the videos, and you can go through those videos as units. And so you can do a self-led challenge, right? You can go in and you can get the videos from unit 1 and done. You can get all the downloadables, and then you've got it. And then you can go to unit 2, right? So maybe unit 1 is setting, unit 2 is legal issues, whatever. But it's all set up in there, and you can do a self-led version of that. You're still in a Facebook group with lots of other Fit Pros, so you guys can still bounce ideas off of each other. I'll be in there answering questions. I just won't be going live every day. And so I've put that group together. I will be coming in to answer questions. Maybe I'll do one live Q&A during July, but I won't be coming in every day like I do during the usual Go Virtual and Get Paid challenge. Does that make sense, y'all? You got any questions about that? So it's a self-led version of the Go Virtual and Get Paid challenge, and it's only $20. So it's really a no-brainer. If you have been interested in the Go Virtual and Get Paid challenge, it's a great opportunity to go out there and do it. Let me put the link to that in here. And so that is really what I wanted you to know, is that I am doing that during July. Y'all, I need to get contacts because I keep on teaching this and not being able to see anything. All right, so there's the link to register for the self-led version of the Go Virtual and Get Paid Challenge. You can go out there and register now. Right now it's 20 bucks. Tomorrow when I actually open the group and I put everybody who has registered into the group and you guys get to start going through that content, the price is going to go up a little bit. So if you're interested in doing it, go ahead, get out there, register for it now. Tomorrow morning, I will put you in that group and you can start consuming all the content that is part of the Go Virtual and Get Paid Challenge. You can go through it at your own pace, however fast or slow you want to. You will have access for the entire month of July. And like I said, I may go in and do one or two Q&A sessions where I'll come in and answer questions, and then you guys can bounce ideas and questions off of each other, and I will be in there answering questions in the group. So that is what I've got for you for July to kind of replace the fact that I'm not doing the Go Virtual and Get Paid Challenge as a live group this month. We will do it again in August, I promise. We will do it again. It will be back and it'll be better than ever. But in the meantime, in July, you can do the self-led version. All right, so that is what I have got for you guys today. I hope that content was useful and interesting, and I hope you're able to take that and do a lot with it. And y'all get out there and kill it and make it happen, and let me know what you need from me next. Oh, let me tell you one more thing. On Tuesday, I have got, why have I forgotten her name? My guest is the founder of ExerMask. If you are being asked to wear a mask into and out of the gym, or if you're being asked to wear a mask while you're teaching, or if your participants are being asked to wear a mask while they're taking class, then this is the mask that you want. She is super knowledgeable about textiles. She knows exactly what you should be breathing through and what you shouldn't. And she has made this mask that is more breathable. It's for the purpose of exercising. You know, a lot of cities right now, a lot of states right now are saying that you can't even be walking in the park without a mask. So this is something that we all need. And she's coming on Tuesday to tell us all about her exercise mask as well as her everyday version that would be just to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. So she will be on Tuesday with me on the Fit Pro Show at 2 o'clock. The rest of July, we are talking all about self-care. So we're going to be talking about all kinds of subjects around just caring for ourselves as instructors and personal trainers and fitness professionals. It's something we have not talked about yet. We've been so full speed ahead in trying to get to a place where we are able to care for our participants and get back to loving on our participants and get back to, you know, delivering the excellent experiences and services that we always have delivered. A lot of us have not thought about ourselves, and it's important. So that's what I want to talk about for the rest of July. And I would love to hear if you have any specific requests based on self-care. But on Tuesday, I'll have ExerMask here, and we will talk about the ExerMask. So y'all, have a great day. Have a great weekend. Love you so much. Thank you so much for joining me and being here. And I will talk to you soon. All right.